board, and I can pin some Extra Life flyers.
Extra Life parties?
Yeah.
Some of those cost money, but some of them that are on.
The Teen Advisory Board is a board made up of both patients of the hospital and siblings of patients to the hospital.
Most of us have chronic, acute illnesses ranging from cancer to Crohn's disease.
We had all these amazing teens that were so motivated and wanted to do so much for the hospital. So that's when we decided to do a teen advisory board. It all kind of came together rather quickly.
The Starflower gift shop is also selling the t-shirts we designed.
We come together every month to raise money for the hospital.
He used to run track. He texted me from school, and no kid texts their parent to go to the doctor.
Christian was different. He was incredible. He is by far the biggest impact out of all of us on this board.
I'm like, what's going on? He's like, my leg is hurting, and it's swollen and hurts really bad. Joseph had taken him to the doctor, and Joseph's like, Dr. Glover said that we need to take Chris to Scott and White tomorrow. He has an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning. He has cancer. And I'm like, huh? What? You know, in my head, I'm like, what?
Last year, we set a goal for $18,000 for a Blanketrol and a vein viewer.
The Blanketrol is used to help cool down the NICU patients that come through to keep them on a therapeutic colder state. It helps save brain cells, just save tissue too.
And we surpassed it by over $26,000.
The first thing they raised money for was something to take care of our youngest patients. And so they're clearly not thinking of themselves.
Do y'all know what Extra Life is? Have y'all heard about Extra Life or signed up yet?
We are using Extra Life as our biggest branch of the donations that we receive.
The fact that you could play video games in order to help raise money for kids, I thought that was very interesting.
And then are you part of Extra Life?
A very modern idea. People play video games all the time, so why not play video games for a cause? It felt very right and very smart.
Sign me up. All right.
One of the things that Christian had mentioned was that he felt like the Teen Advisory Board gave him purpose.
His diagnosis was osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer, and he was 14. He was walking with a cane like 3 months out of surgery. Chris was like doing chemo. He lost his hair, he gained some weight.
Christian stayed strong. He was positive throughout the entire time, but you could see him start to kind of get more tired.
All right, tell everybody bye.
Goodbye.
And tell everybody thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. We love you.
We all love you.
I remember him in the bed. He lost movement with his hands and stuff. And I'm like, oh, somebody donated. It popped up on your tablet. He's like, well, I gotta check it. I gotta send him a note and say thank you. So he would take his hand, and it would be until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he would still be trying to like type the note into the tablet to say thank you. I think he knew his time was coming short. At the end of the day, the thought process was quality of life, because they placed him in hospice, gave him 6 months tops. You know, they didn't think he was even gonna graduate. He still graduated. He walked across the stage.
Christian Keelis.
He sat through his entire ceremony, which was amazing, but he was in extreme pain. Yeah. He wanted to do it, so.
One of the ways that he spent his time in the hospital was he wanted to make sure that the other children were taken care of. One Valentine's Day, he actually got a box of Valentines and, you know, made his own little cards and actually went door to door and started passing out Valentines to the other kids.
His birthday was August 17th, and then he passed away October 4th.
I remember after he passed away, how we just kind of all sat in a room for like 15 minutes and just kind of cried together.
Actually, how about if I just donate? Okay.
That works too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think there will be anyone who will forget him at McLean Children's because he made such a strong impact.
Christian wouldn't want us to just sit here and cry over him. He would want us to keep on going.
He would have wanted us to keep tirelessly pushing forward towards our goals.
This year we want to go bigger.
This is our Extra Life page.
This year we are setting our goal to over 37,000.
And you can donate money to our page or have your own page and have people donate money to you.
As part of his ceremony, He made sure that in lieu of flowers, that everything went to Extra Life and to the Teen Advisory Board.
He would be so excited to see all of this because he wanted to be remembered, he wanted to leave a legacy, and this is one of the ways that he's been able to do that.
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the sixth stream in our marathon of D&D for Extra Life for Kids. If you would like to help us out, please check out the link that is just coming up in chat now, where you can donate. I know some of us around the screen are doing forfeits. Alice is on the Bean Boozled, Kent's on the Bean Boozled. Ollie, Grant, are you guys on anything? No, it's absolutely fine if you're not.
I've got some packets of Nescafe in my hotel, which I could eat. That would be quite.
Oh my god, that would be is that worth $25? Do you think?
Wait, do I get the $25?
Well, the kids do.
Oh, the kid. Yeah. I'll chew on something. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how it works. We'll work it out as we go.
This is already chaos.
I think Kent has bugs.
I also have
beans.
bugs. No, I have both.
Oh, you have bugs. Okay, bugs and
Bug
beans.
beazled.
Yeah, bug beezles.
Yeah, and
Harry Potter character.
Slade's already in chat for like calling everyone out and just asking everyone if they're on anything. Whoops. Let's go around and say hello to everyone, starting with Alice. Hey Alice, how you doing, babe?
Oh, hi, I'm Alice. I'm also WhiteRabbitPic on Twitter. That is where you can find me. I am the other half of the Scratticus Academy. I DM and I also play and love shenanigans. I also do photography stuff if you want to check that out. And I'm your DM for the day.
Fantastic.
Or the session. Yeah.
Well, we'll go clockwise around the stream and go next to Kent.
Hi. I'm Kent Weebs on Twitch, Twitter, and this is my first stream ever. Oh my god, crazy. Tonight I will be playing D'Artagnan Deegan Dales. He is an apprentice to another character you'll know when you know. And he's an elf and he does some magic because I've never really played a magical person. I'm usually just a rogue, but tonight I'm going to do better. The dude has purple eyes, blonde hair. He's a skinnier version of me, but yeah, let's do this ish.
Next around the screen.
Family friendly.
Next around the
screen. I'm gonna put a post-it note just to say don't swear.
Next around the screen we have Holly. Hi Holly.
Oh, hi. I'm Holly. You can find me at Sagephilia on here every so often and also on the Twitter place. Today I'm playing Bolshoi. I am playing today with my brother, who I love very much, even though he's a bit wayward. But I'm sure that, you know, he will find his way and he will do what's right in the end.
Okay, well, wonderful. Next round we have the brother himself. Oh, hi, Grant.
Oh, hi. My name is... I can't find my character. Here we are. My name is Duke, and I didn't realize I was Russian, but now I am Russian. I am the our mother got around quite a lot in her youth. I am half elf, Bolshoi is half orc, and together we are half useful. Oh, and I'm a rogue of some kind.
Maybe quarter useful.
Maybe quarter useful, depend on time of morning.
I mean, the maths checks out. 2 halves makes a quarter, you know. Brilliant. I'll be playing Erroneous Nigma, Sunderdrake of the Icewind Dales Academy for young mages. A Dragonborn wizard, of course. Alice, let's get cracking. So far, we've raised, by the way, $2,133 for Extra Life for Kids. If you want to help out, the link is in chat now. If you can't help out financially, sustainable support is the best kind of support. So go and retweet the tweet. Let everyone know that you're here. And as I've said that, I've set myself up for a fall because I haven't got the latest tweet up yet. But I will do that right now. Alice, hi. Go, go, go.
First of all, I'm going to stress that you've all chosen very different accents, and I will pick them up at some point because that's what I do. Otherwise, let's jump into it. You have all received a letter, apart from D'Artagnan. Sorry, D'Artagnan. You all received a letter to come to this household in the city where you were promised a large reward for basically petty theft is what you were told, but there was a high risk and it seemed kind of worth it. And it's getting dark now. Dusk is setting in. The cobbled streets are sort of slightly damp as it was raining earlier in the day, and the lamps are starting to be lit. And you start to approach this very large, well, very large for a townhouse at least, but it seems to have 4 or 5 stories. And maybe it was once well kept. It looks very dreary now, very run down. You can see where it was lavish at one point, but it's sort of fallen very dark. And you can see the curtains at the windows are grey, they're faded. There was definitely a pattern there at some point, but you can see the paint chipping away on the outside. And there is a huge door knocker on the front. How do you all arrive? So we'll start with Bolfoy. Do you arrive with your brother, or how are you both arriving separately? And what do you both look like?
I'm a proud half-orc, so I'm very tall, but I'm dressed very nicely, and I have with me my French horn and my giant sword, because you really cannot go anywhere without your French horn and your giant sword. Especially fine society. You know, if the horn does not please them, then tricks with the sword will finish off the rest.
You're a Russian half-orc with a French horn. I love it. Okay, you can approach the door, and by your side is Duke, your half-brother. And what does Duke look like?
Duke is much smaller, skinnier. Looks like he could maybe do with a sandwich. He has a rapier on his hip and no French horn. Mother left the French horn to Bolshoi, and as something which I've always resented her for. But you know, I'm the sneakier one. I don't have a big musical instrument, so I'm wearing quite sensible dark clothes. Perhaps even a leather jerkin, but who knows? And I knock fabulously.
You're going to knock on the door fabulously. How does one knock on the door fabulously? Just
all in the
have
wrist.
to know. Just all in the. Yeah. And you hear that knock echo through these old halls, and at maybe some distance, you hear a shuffle. You hear that shuffle of little feet on tiles and a little jangle of keys. And you hear, hang on, as you hear about 5 or 6 different keys go into this lock. No, not that one. No, as she sort of keeps going. And this heavy door creaks open, and you look up and then you look down at this very burly female dwarf, very graying hair, all tied up in this sort of big braid knot. And she's wearing very dark gown, tied round her waist with a thick belt, all of these keys, all the way around. Almost you couldn't even tell there was a belt there with the amount of keys that are on this. It's almost like she's got some sort of weird utility belt with all these different things on it. And she looks to be like the housekeeper. She's got a small set of very round, very small glass at the end of her nose, and she sort of leans out into the dark street, then looks up. Hello.
Good evening.
Are you here about the letter?
Yes, the brothers got a list to service.
Hang on. And she sort of reaches down and pulls out this ear horn, flaps about a bit. Can you say that again?
The brothers Scarl is at your service, madam.
And you look like ravishing today. I love that gown. It is beautiful with your eyes.
The keys are setting off your hips deliciously. I mean, oh heavens, I'm getting ahead of myself.
For me? Oh, you flatter me. Stop being silly. Come in. And she sort of like opens this door and holds like it open as you hear that rattle, that clang of the keys as she sort of like shuffles in. Now, D'Artagnan, you can see this door opening, and who do you have with you?
I have my master with me. I am burdened down with multiple books, and I just look at the fancy craftwork of the door, and I'm admiring it, going, Master, what century do you think this was made in? Also, why are we here and stealing things?
It was probably made within the last couple of centuries, because, let's face it, the human races aren't very long-lived.
Human races aren't... They don't...
Well, the humanoid races, rather.
Humanoid don't live long. Poor guys. Okay.
Except
what
for them
else?
elves, they sometimes live quite long, actually, but...
Elves. That's me. Okay, cool. So... Elves live longer than the humanoid humans who made this in 2,000 years. Okay, cool. Thank you, Master.
Yeah, you're welcome. With regards to stealing stuff, every opportunity for learning is a learning opportunity until it's not. That's wisdom talking, lad.
Right. But you also said this was going to be extra credit for me, right?
We'll see.
I can't go back to okay.
And what do both your characters look like?
So, Scratch, you want to go first?
Sure thing.
You required a banana.
I only eat phallic fruits whilst on stream. I am a how tall am I? I'm quite tall, I believe. Yes, I stand at 6'5", with silver scales, piercing blue eyes. I am a dragonborn, and I am 280 pounds if I hold my tail.
Smashing.
And of course, I wear a nice purple robe with like fur. I'm from the Icewind Dale, so it's very warm.
And what about you, D'Artagnan? What do you look like?
So I've got alabaster skin. I've got these pointy ears, which look like headphones, kinda, look at these elf ears. Purple eyes with long blonde, like platinum-y blonde hair. It's colder down in this region than where I'm from, so I have this like blue and purple kind of like cloak that I wear. And, just underneath that is just like some plain black, like top and pants. And I've got like this pink thing that I just hold for comfort a lot.
So you've literally described yourself with purple eyes. So
yes, I sure did.
The two of you rock up and you see what looks to be a half-orc holding a French horn, trying to sort of squeeze their way in through the door, followed by a half-elf. You can just about hear a very squeaky sort of crackled up voice from behind the door when my cat calms down and you can't hear the bell anymore. Just think it's the keys. And you sort of see this dwarven woman poke her head out around this half-orc. And are you here for the thing with the letter as well?
Master, what is that little thing?
Little thing, as she sort of like pushes past both the orc and the elf with her sort of fists sort of resting on her hips. And she
You're in
sort of
danger.
Holds a huge.
Hi there.
Good evening. Are you here because of the letter? No.
I didn't get a letter.
Well, then why are you here?
I'm here for extra credit.
He is my aide. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Erroneous Enigma, son to Drake of the Icewind Dale's Academy for Young Mages. And I am answering the summons that you have written to me in this letter. D'Artagnan Deacon Dales of the Icewind Dale is also here. He's carrying most of the books.
Gosh, you like your long names, don't you? Right, well, come on then, hurry up. Quickly! And she sort of, like, gestures towards the door.
As the cat just, like... Sorry.
It's fine. And she looks over to D'Artagnan, and this dragonborn is like, well, are you coming? You're gonna go in the door? I'm gonna catch a chill out here. I'm ill. I'm old. That could kill me. Get inside.
Well, this is quite warm, I thought.
People like you. Yes, come on. In you go. And she sort of shuffles you all in and closes this heavy door behind you. And it opens up into this fairly large hall with black and white, almost marble tiles, almost patchworked across the floor. You can see some cracks in them. You can see what maybe looks like a pair of muddy boots that just hasn't been cleaned up after. There is a staircase that goes up, and a few almost ornamental type things about, but it's very grey, it's very dark, it's very dull. And you can see a couple of paintings on the walls, and she stands there and clasps her hands together as she walks over to one of the tables where there is a very polished silver tray though, with drinks on. And she shuffles over. It's like that clank from the Tomb Raider game when you have that butler shuffle around after you, as he sort of like shuffles, and you can see a couple of papers on there. She's like, well, go on then, have a drink. Wine? You all like wine, don't you?
Wine would be excellent.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You're most generous.
I am, thank you. Yes.
What year was this wine procured and then harvested, and then how long was it barreled, and then how much of the fermentation did it actually seep through, and what year is the best year to drink this wine? Is it good to drink this wine right now, or do we just wait a little longer?
My friend, it is free wine. It is always good to drink.
Do you want it or not?
I mean, yes, but like I was just curious
Well, then
about.
take it and drink it.
Thank you.
Thank you. She sort of then shuffles over to the Dragonborn and offers.
Side note: I'm already scared of taking drinks from you, Alice.
I poisoned you once in a game, Kent. You're gonna have to get over it at some point. And she shuffles over and is like, and these papers, as she puts the tray down, contain drawings and information of sort of looks around the job. So if you there is a ball going on right now, it's all rather fabulous. I'm here on behalf of my master. He's very, very kind to look after his house, but he's a bit sickly at the moment, so that's why I'm here. There is a ball going on at one of the manor houses just slightly outside of the city. And basically I need you to go there and steal something from them. If it makes you feel any better, he's an awful man, poor dress taste or anything like that. The Duke Markosh and his wife, they stole something from my master, and he would like it back, plain and simple. The deal is you go and get it for him. You come back with the jewel which you'll see in the little pamphlets. It's just there. He's sketched up. Yes, that. Please take one. It's all there for you. Yes, yes, you bring that back to us. You get 600 gold in cash and whatever else you can lay your sticky hands on in the manor house. So, how does that sound?
Each?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm sure even you can, yes, even though you didn't get a letter, I'm sure we can sort something out. I can't give you extra credit if that is what you're after.
So I'm going to spread out the handsomely presented information pamphlet.
It's a lovely pamphlet.
And like, what is there any sort of information on the challenges that we're going to face there, or is it more of a map?
It's more, not even, it is a very poorly drawn map with a very shaky hand. However, you do see what may be the master. This cat, would you chill? Okay. You see a very well drawn, almost like jewel, colored in, and it's beautiful. And it's labeled the Dragon's Eye. Down on the side, there's lots of little notes and things like that. You can see where it shows you a great hall. It seems to point out where the kitchens are, and an upstairs, but there doesn't seem to be much information on that. She does sort of point and goes, well, I could only acquire 2 tickets to get into the balls straight away. So the rest of you will just have to sort something out. But it is a masquerade ball. It's very fancy. It's very fabulous. I thought you might like that. It's wonderful. Basically, it's very over the top. He loves it. He does it once a month. But we do know that the jewel will be on display. Well, it's normally on display for a little bit of it, but we know it'll be unattended during this time. We have good information from one of our servants who went in there that he keeps it in his study. But that's all I can give you.
You know what the entertainment is for this ball?
Entertainment-wise, he likes a lot of those acrobatic thingies and things, people who play music and the showy stuff. Basically anything over the top. Gives me a headache, if you ask me. But, each to their own.
I'm very sorry. I did not catch your name when we were first introduced.
Edith. My name is Edith.
Edith, a pleasure. The security, as I imagine, I and my brother may have to be the ones who infiltrate the party rather than just simply walking through the front door. Are there any guards or traps or magical runes?
Traps is
big
not
holes
something
dug.
they they don't tend to dig holes in the lawn. In fact, he's very, very particular about his lawn. Guards, yes, they normally sort of, they guard the entrances, exits, you name it, it's all there. And they also have a checklist to see if your name is on there with the, so I'm going to get you to fill that in on the dotted line just there with whoever is just there. Otherwise, I don't think there's any traps or sabotage, but then I don't know the man very well.
So, are you saying that there's quite strict lawn enforcement?
Do you have something against the lawn keeping industry?
No, that's a pun or play in words. You see, it's funny because lawn.
How dare you? Our mother was a gardener.
The
things
That's
she
what
could do
met
with
my
a rake.
father.
Yes, in the garden.
This is most unexpected.
She met my father in a different garden.
She just loves gardens.
Just loves them. She may have been druid. It's not clear.
You would say she's a hit at garden parties.
Well, she was thrown on many garden parties.
Yes, she was.
Into landscaping, was she?
What are you insinuating about my goddamn mother?
I'm just trying to make conversation, honestly. I'm terribly worried I've offended you somehow.
Landscaping.
Wouldn't she be a botanist over a landscaper?
Okay, now, so are we going to take the
One
lawn or
second,
not?
Edith. Hang on, 1 second, Edith.
We don't
You
have
accused
a lawn.
my mother of botany? Anyway, yes, we'll take the job. It sounds perfect.
wrong
Over
with
the top.
botany?
Brilliant. It is a dog's profession.
Well, it's a bit rude. My sister works in botany, but there we go. We'll skip
Well, I'm
over
very
that
sorry
rather
for your
lightly.
sister.
Yes, so am I.
She clearly does not have the beauty and grace of you. That is why they put you in the housekeeping industry instead of in botany.
It's just she does that whole sort of stop it. Anyway, stop getting me all flustered, otherwise I'll never get anywhere. We've only got about an hour. Where's my watch? And then you hear like a big chime. Looks over to the grandfather clock. We've got about an hour before it all starts and kicks off. But you're going to arrive fashionably late. It's all fine. I mean, you're going to wear something else, correct?
Yes, I definitely have that. I definitely bought my fancy clothes.
Well, if not, we have a wardrobe of the master's last wife. I'm afraid is no longer with us, but he had many wives, so there's lots to choose from, and also there is the master's closet itself.
Brother, dress up montage.
Dress up montage.
I'm so happy this is happening. Sort of does like a gentle clap and starts leading you up the stairs if you follow, like picking up her skirts and sort of shuffling up each step.
Now your master, what is his? Is he a big man, a small man?
Somewhere in between. How many legs?
Mean, he is definitely 1.5. But you know, we still keep the trousers to fit. It's fine. Just sort of tall, 6 foot, 6'1", not too tall, not too small. I don't know. I'm not one to judge. As she sort of like this dwarf sort of walks up the stairs, and opens this door, which looks to be maybe it was a dressing room at one point. There's like some chaiselongs and things like that. There's these huge, big oak wardrobes, huge doors, which she goes and flings open. You see a couple of moths leave them. Ridiculously over the top dresses, over the top, like, you know, velvets and satins and things like all different colors. It's like, well, as long as you bring it back, you can try them on if you want. I'm afraid I might not have anything in your size. And looks over to the Dragonborn, but I've got a fabulous curtain downstairs.
No, this would be fine. I graduated in this robe. I have no intention of taking it off anytime.
He never takes it off. It's never off. He teaches in it. He sleeps in it. He bathes in it.
How do you know he bathes in it?
Was that another credit activity?
He bathes down in the ice dale, the place.
That's what you want to call it. It's up to you. So, I will leave you here. By that I mean I'm going to stand by the door. And you can pick what you want to wear, and I'll leave you to it. And I will go get those invites sorted for you. Yes. And what would each of you like to put on for this ridiculous party? There are masks as well.
I would like a big fancy red dress, thanks.
You can put on the biggest fanciest red dress you want.
Just gonna bring down my AC.
Like...
Yeah, and like it's more ruches than non-ruches.
All the bows, fluff around,
and I've still got a beard, but I make it work. And some sort of similarly beautiful mask. I'm just gonna bring down my AC. What is the AC for a beautiful dress? Call it 0.
I tell you what, you can keep on your AC for now. We'll do that bit. You can wear your thing underneath.
Got the studded leather on underneath my form-fitting gown.
Exactly. How about Bolshoi? What have you picked out?
Well, I did start with a set of fine clothes, so I am very nicely dressed. I do go through the dress montage with my brother, of course. But sadly, I cannot get it over my half-orc hips. So I think I end up just sort of getting a hat and a nice mask.
Yeah, you see after a while, Edith shuffles in and she's looking at you and looking at like these, you know, that real baby blue satin bows that you just shouldn't not on anyone. Sort of looking at those, he's like, "Would you like one of these to go with it? You know, we just." And she sort of just approaches you and slaps it on you, not really tying it to you or anything.
Oh, yes, that is beautiful. Thank you so much.
No problem. And what about you? The one with the platinum hair and the purple eyes and, you know, the things that you look like you're wearing on screen. Are you wearing a cap?
I'm just wearing my cloak up.
Of course. Well, would you like anything else, or are you actually going in as his friend?
Assistant.
Apprentice, but
Apprentice.
okay. He always forgets to say apprentice. It's always my aide. My aide D'Artagnan. My aide D'Artagnan this. D'Artagnan, get me some foods and forks. And
Now, there may be children listening. It's okay, British time, you'll be fine.
do you have any cool masks that are like in my color scheme?
I mean, he sort of like looks at you, does that sort of. Yes, that one will do nicely.
Oh, perfect.
Well, aren't you charming? Okay. So, if everyone's ready, and she sort of just like thrusts the 2 tickets into the Dragonborn's claws, it's like, off you go, come on, off, come on, out. You haven't got long. Leave. I have ordered a carriage.
You have been a peach. Thank you so much.
Ah, thank you. You can come back.
You are all the fruits of the orchard.
Ah.
I look forward to returning this dress to you.
But not a botanist. And she just sort of like ushers you out, opens the door. It's like, bye. She sort of hangs around the corner. And you do see a coach waiting. There's the coachman holding the door open. And 2 fairly smartly sort of reined up horses. But the carriage is definitely velvet inlaid on the inside. You guess this is probably the master's horse. It looks not used often. It doesn't look too well used, but the carriage door is open for you. And
we just received a donation from Nadine, any actor. It's a randomly gifted I've lost my words. A randomly gifted forfeit. So shall I roll a D4? 1 is Alice, 2 is Kent, 3 is Grant, 4 is me.
do you want to watch Grant eat?
I've got some gopping UHT I could drink. How about that? There you go, I'll drink some UHT.
Yeah.
Grant, please go for that UHT. That'd be fantastic.
What? Are you gonna roll it?
Yeah, I
did. You roll it? Oh, okay. This one's for you, kids.
Oh, this is worse than being boozled.
It's some salt and tequila.
Yeah. Good morning.
Oh.
No, even I'm like, nah. But you can all climb into the carriage. Does anyone want to sit on the outside of the carriage where the coachmaster is? Or, yeah, Dart going there?
I'm very curious about how these people down south of us live, so I would like to ask him, the coachman, a lot of questions on this drive. Also, I'm very awkward in social interactions, so I'll probably just ramble on about what we do at school and what I'm learning. And even though I'm
Yeah, he looks very nervous that you very enthusiastically have jumped onto this carriage. He is in, weirdly, all these baby blue silk things. You guess maybe Edith has dressed him.
I love your baby blue.
You know, not a lot of people say that to me, but thanks. Yeah. Right, and he sort of kicks into action as you're all on this coach, and it's a bit lumpy and bumpy. But is there anything you would like to do before you arrive
Lean forward to Erroneous. The boy you have with you, is he safe? He's not going to blow himself up or anything. Why
No.
did you bring him?
Well, he's good at carrying books.
Is he?
Well, he hasn't.
I mean, why not get a donkey?
Well, that's true.
A start, I suppose.
I might have to pay for a donkey. Whereas he essentially is free labor, or we call it a graduate scheme.
I see.
It's
Don't feed him.
No. He has to get a loan and then pay it back himself. It's wonderful. I don't have to pay a damn penny.
Draconian and cruel. I love it.
It's too real.
Reminds me of what happened to your father, Luke.
Look,
yes.
Honestly, the only spell he knows that is damaging, literally can't miss. He only knows magic missile, he does know the shocking grasp cantrip, but he has to be close to you to touch them.
Very good. So make sure he doesn't think I'm a bad guy. Don't come within 5 feet. I understand. Sounds good.
I mean, he knows some other things, but they're not really damaging. You'll be all right.
Do you know, like magical book carrying, that sort of thing?
Yes, I'm trying to get him up to a high enough wizarding level that he can cast the floating disc. Yes, is it Sensor? I can't remember the name of my spellbook in front of me. But Tensor's floating disc.
That's you could make it up. We wouldn't know.
Yes.
I do magic, but the name, it doesn't really matter. It's just how it comes out.
You should see him play the horns. Chilling.
Oh, that's how we're getting in, brother. It's the horn.
Oh, yes, we are. Well, sorry. Well, I was planning on getting out slightly early and just sort of sneaking in my beautiful dress. But you think we could be the entertainment, perhaps?
Perhaps, or relief from the entertainment. I mean,
I see.
Everyone needs the juice break, you know.
Okay, very good. Yes, we will be the entertainment.
Right, I play, you do your acrobatics.
I sing the songs that mother taught me.
Very good. Can you do that in the high octave for the dress?
I cannot do it in low octave. Mother taught me in very high voice. And it goes up here like this. Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Brings a tear. You know, I would sing in the garden center, and everyone would leave. They were so moved.
It does remind me very much of home. I do think that others will be touched.
Home.
As I am.
Home. The garden center.
Yes.
Keydale's garden center.
Thank you for the raid. Some old friends in the house. Bless Shadowpaw and Little Puddles. It's been a long time. Good to see you guys in chat.
Yes. Well, I imagine that I can just head in on my academic credentials.
Well, yes, and the invite as well. You have a little card. Take your lover or whatever. I don't know the word. Take him inside, and you'll definitely notice us arrive.
Are you
glamorous?
You realize we're not. You know, it would be very against the student teacher. Let's not dwell on that.
Yes, not a problem around this. I know. Okay.
There's no payment exchange, so totally on the.
Yeah, it's all above board. Yeah, gets lonely up in these ice windy dales. I know how it goes. It's okay. Young platinum hair, purple eyes.
Your robe is purple too. That's clearly not the coincidence.
I know.
No, us silver dragons like to devour our mates after. Anyway,
Oh, kinky.
I think that's what happened to my father.
I need to know your family history at some point.
I'm concerned mother may have been a mentis.
I was not maybe
in a garden center.
Maybe I'm not sure.
It's not clear. It takes a family to raise us. We may have had many mothers. It's pretty much unclear, but definitely in a garden center outside a Dungeons and Dragons B&Q.
As always, where you find the garden center.
In Russia.
B&Q in Russia. And as this happens, you roll up and you can hear the the coachman sort of like jump down, and the door swings open, and you hear music start to erupt sort of from this manor house. You can see lots of lights filling the windows, and so many people are flooding into this through these huge wrought iron gates, these large walls. You can see these big lawns that have a little sign that says "Keep off the lawn," and a huge, almost like gravel pathway. Lots of people dressed very elegantly, very ornamentally. The masks on their faces, some of them tied around with ribbons, some on sticks. You can hear a lot of the chortling and the laughing as it goes, and you see lots of lights and flashes of color from behind these windows, and the music sort of rings out as you step out of the carriage. What would you like to do?
Well, I have an invite, don't I? So I'll step out of the carriage. I'll shake off my cloak a little bit. I'm gonna wander up to the door with my invite in hand, and just in case anyone asks, I'm gonna get D'Artagnan to be close by with books.
You approach, and there is a guard there. He's definitely in armor, but you can see he seems to be, let's call it snazzy armor. It looks a bit more, posh than what they'd normally wear. He stands very upright. He's got a friend the other side of the door as they're sort of checking tickets as they go in. Hello, welcome to the ball. Can I have your ticket, please?
Yes, there it is.
Did you fill the name in on this or not?
No.
Sir, I'm afraid there is no name on this. We do not find you on the guest list if there is no name.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but this man
Sir.
doesn't have a name. His name is not written down in English or common. How dare you just assume that he could not write a name down?
How may you assume that I am a ma'am? I am a sir. Sir, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I have a cold.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I used charm no, just kidding.
You can roll either a performance or a persuasion check to try and get past this.
I will.
It's a disadvantage because you assumed wrong.
Charisma? What am I doing?
You can roll either a persuasion or a performance.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, on a nat 1, this guard looks you up and down. I'm afraid without a name, I can't let you in, sir.
I am a them, thank you.
Well, now we're both on the same page, aren't we?
Well, lowering yourself down in ignorance is not the best. Anyway, look, the problem I've got is that my name is much longer than the space provided on this invite. My name is Erroneous Nigma Sunderdrake of the Icewind Dales Academy for Young Mages, and that's just simply not going to fit.
Haven't you got a nickname or something? Something for short.
I'm gonna lean over to my brother and loudly say, "Good heavens, this is Thronius from the Icewind Dale. What's he doing at this party? Surely they couldn't fit his name on the invite. He's too famous."
Okay. Could you both roll me a performance check, please?
Yeah,
and
sure.
can you roll me a persuasion check?
Oh. Am I a persuasive dragon?
And can you sit there and look pretty?
Wow.
20.
I'm very good at being performy.
It's a slash roll you want there. Just put the / before that and you'll have exactly it right.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, so first of all, he looks this dragonborn up and down. doesn't really think much, especially when this elf in a big beard and a dress leans over and points at him. However, when
No problem with the beard, buddy.
the half orc rocks up with a massive French horn. He's like, you know, this one I get. And he's like, I'm so sorry that I did not recognize you. He sort of looks to you. I can fill it in myself if it would be easier for you.
That would be probably the best, you think, right?
I believe that would be amenable.
I'm just gonna put an X here, and he just sort of like does right, tears off a tiny little bit of this. Like, please keep this if you want to pick up your coat or return in after leaving the party.
All right,
Most appreciative.
Sorry, I need to see your
Oh, don't worry. We are entering around tradesman's entrance. We are here for we are entertainment.
You are entertainment.
We are. Yes, French horn and flips. Listen, we would pop around back. We see your friends around there. Don't worry, we're not bothered with lords and ladies.
Right, it's just to give current band a break.
Yes.
Okay, well, if you could please go round by the servants' entrance, you'll find it round the side near the kitchen door.
The problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hitch up my skirts and go through the garden.
Stay off the lawn.
Oh, God.
Of course, hills and lawns do not mix. Sister, do not go on alone.
No, it's still brother. We are all very interesting gender profiles here.
And I will say, D'Artagnan, this guard watches you go in.
I just go. I'm gonna follow Erroneous and just go like that while passing by. Have a great day.
Does he give the invite back, or does he take it?
He tears a little slip off and gives you the slip so you can drop off your coat at the entrance.
Funny, he said he was going to put an X on it, but that's not how you spell Philip.
Nope.
I don't understand the Philip.
Judging.
No, I don't get the joke.
It's the dragonborn thing.
I devoured him afterwards, obviously.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yes. Okay.
That explains why we do not know of Philip.
Yes, you ate him before we met this evening.
I wouldn't go that far. It was a good enough relationship. I didn't hate him.
Oh my god. Like, I'd like to imagine this conversation's happening like through a window. where we are canonically outside.
You're literally walking along beside each other along by the bay windows.
Go on,
brother,
sorry.
do we try to make this professor like us or not like us? What is
I'm not entirely. Listen, he strikes me as a powerful wizard. And it's always good to have many powerful wizards. There is you, there is him, and whatever the boy is. So,
but if I'll have you know.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa, are you leaning out the window to say this?
like one story up now.
I am not a boy. I am 20. I am just a young mage, okay?
I'm very sorry.
Did you say you're an elf?
Half elf.
All right, I was going to say, that's stretching it.
Very well. Well then, it's good to have.
You may have to split ways via the windows.
No, it's fine. We will lean and yell. It's okay.
Also, you look great in that dress.
Well, thank you very much. So he's
Brother,
saying this now? What's going on?
I don't know.
So we are getting hot and cold off these boys. I guess we treated them rudely with that whole botanist stuff at the start. Anyway, listen, let's go in. Let's see if we can get in, and then when we can, we break in through kitchen, disguise ourselves as chefs, eat whole turkey, and then see what happens.
I could eat whole turkey. I'm quite famished.
Mm-hmm. You walk around the back of the side of the house, and you can see what looks to be a couple of bins. There seems to be a few goblins in there. Sort of, you can hear a rattling around in the bins as you walk past. and there is a chef with a very, very round stomach, definitely a beer stomach, with a pipe going. He looks a bit sweaty, red in the face, and he looks at all of you as he stands by the door. And he looks at your outfits.
I adjust the bow.
He's like, what are you doing around here?
Brother?
Please, sir. We are entertainment. We've traveled many miles from the land of D&Q, and we are interested to your Duke Markosh. Oh, it's the Duchess, actually, I believe, got in touch and wanted to see our spectacular flips and parks on the French horn.
I mean, it's an interesting combination.
I know it's different from what you are used to. I presume you have everything written down in one of your many books.
He looks down at his apron. Does it look like a carrier book?
Oh, then it will be someone else we must talk to. Don't worry. Thank you very much for your time. And
he pushes the swing door open.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
holds it. You hear a rattlers. You hear, "Get out of there! Get back to work!" As these goblins jump out of the bin with their aprons on and scurry into the kitchen quickly before you. Wash your hands! As he sort of goes in. But he stays out there. You see that puff of smoke leave the door. And you are now in a bustling kitchen. There's huge hearths. You can see quite a few goblins in here. There are some humans and dwarves, but mainly this seems to be run by goblins, more being ordered around by this huge chef with ladles tucked in his apron, sweating down. You can see these huge big pots on the stove bubbling with something. You can see lots of like huge sort of these birds being roasted in hogs and stuff like that on a spit as they go round, and just a pile up of potatoes and vegetables and things like that. And there seems to be a lot of yelling, kind of like a lot of bustling as things go by. Are you walking in here stealthily, or are you just announcing yourself?
I do not think stealth is really part of our repertoire at the moment. In between the French horn and the big dress. So no, I should like to pull this brass stride through and try and look like we're supposed to be there. Look like we're supposed to be en route to somewhere at entertainment. We're not kitchen staff.
Of course, we saunter more than stealth.
Yeah.
Can you both roll me a performance check, please? See how well you do this.
Brother, I carry us last time. It's your turn.
Just quick question: is it performance or deception? Because I'm not really a dancer, and I didn't take the performance skill. I got persuade. I got persuade. I got deception.
I will let you roll a deception if you wish.
I got religion.
I mean, you can try.
I could only pick background on SRD.
Brother,
so
you are not dressed like a nun.
I will say, if you roll religion, I will need you to do a little speech.
No, it's fine. I'll stick with deception.
Okay.
To be honest. Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no!
Double that once! Oh my god!
Hello, I am a rogue. I have come to steal the diamond.
Oh no, brother, it's not a diamond. It's a sort of other sort of gem. It was red, I think, on the picture.
I was not listening. I fancied the dwarf.
Good old Edith. You both sort of stroll through as you're talking, and this French horn just slides across the top. It's just taking every pot and pan with it. This huge dress is like one of those big, like, frames, almost like the whalebone type frames, and you take out this goblin that gets caught up in you, and you start dragging him as he screeches after you through this kitchen.
And we're trying to carry it off.
Yeah,
we're trying not to rip.
You barely, like, if anything, you haven't noticed the screaming goblin because you're so enthralled by how well you're doing, and you just hear this, "Oi, oi, put me down!" as he starts like trying to like shred at your dress.
Oh my god, he's ruined my dress.
Oi! And he starts like, and you can see another one trying to pull him off, saying, "Hey, hey!"
Yeah,
as they starts to fight you, basically.
I will gladly unentangle myself from the goblin. I like the idea that it has wrecked my dress.
he's like, there's claw marks, like he's shredded.
Ugh.
You can see the
Filthy
petticoat
claw, yeah.
underneath it.
Oh, no.
You can this chef sort of slides around and holds a ladle at both of you, and you sort of have that brief moment of look back where you see all the damage the French horn has done, as there is just gravy everywhere, pots and pans, and the chef frowns on you. What do you think you are doing?
We're very sorry. In B&Q, the aisles in the kitchen are much wider.
Please unhand my staff, and he sort of points down at the goblin that is tangled
please.
in your petticoat.
It is my skirts have formed a trap. I did not mean to capture your staff. I will extricate them, trying to get it out, and the goblin's not up for it, like trying to get in my socks.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like sort of latched himself. You can see him like gnawing on something.
Like he's tied my shoelaces together and around his own neck.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's sort of gnawing on your ankle where the shoe meets the tights.
Okay. Listen, I'm very sorry about the goblin. Hope we can get him out. What can we do to make it up to you?
Sort of looks back at the mess, and you see a goblin walk forward with a mop and bucket.
Very good.
Hey,
brother.
guy.
Brother.
Right.
Play me a tune.
Mop it now. It goes. Sing me the song of my people.
give me a strong mopping tune, my brother.
Do you want a strong mopping tune? Do you want a different tune? Because I will give you another tune.
Yes, I play a beautiful mopping tune on the French horn.
You can see there is a small human sat in the corner. Strikes up. What can he strike up? He strikes up the bagpipes, and you can start.
I'm gonna start mopping. Yeah, I'm gonna start mopping. For a length of time, which I presume means the other half of the party does some stuff.
Yeah. So you are now in the kitchen mopping where this human is sat in the corner with these bagpipes. As
Goblin's still stuck in there.
Goblin, you can hear something moving. You can hear that sort of like snarl, and you're pretty sure you can hear something being dragged around the pots and pans.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't quite find it yet. The other two of you walk into this massive hall. It is elaborate. Somewhere there seems to be bagpipes playing. We are not too sure why. As you enter this huge scape with this enormous crystal chandelier, as all the light reflects off of it, these rainbows dancing about the room, you can see a stage where these bards are playing. There are tables upon tables of food. There's over-the-top ice sculptures. You can see what looks like you'd say it's a swan, but it looks like a very angry goose ice statue at the center of the table. It's got a little red bow around its neck. Also, there seems to be a lot of people dancing. There's great chorus. There's lots of people chatting, but all masks are on their faces. You can see a huge staircase that goes up and round to the top floor, and there are people with streamers, sort of these almost Harlequin-like characters, swinging from the ceilings and throwing these bits of coloured material like glitter. You can see the bard on stage seems to be a sorcerer as they throw up their hands, and this colour just erupts from their palms, creating birds that sort of weave themselves among the guests.
Well, those are obviously just parlor tricks, D'Artagnan. Don't pay too much attention to them. I mean, you can learn them if you like, but they're...
I was literally just thinking those are parlor tricks. Because it looks so fake.
Yes. Why are we here again?
Oh, yes. So, Master, we have to, so the diamond and then the stuff.
How loudly are you saying this?
Really quietly. Really quietly.
Stealth check, Kent. Roll me a stealth check.
I would love to. I would love to give you a stealth check. I would love it. Hold on one second. Just one second. Core. Okay.
You sound so
We've got
confident.
a stack of advantages still. As well.
No, I'm
No
good.
need.
I'm
He's
good.
got a 19.
So-
Yeah, you pull him off to the side, and you there's like a nook where you can start whispering to you, and this massive dragonborn stand in a corner underneath a huge family portrait and start whispering.
So right there, we have to go. I don't know what I'm doing with my voices today.
British now.
I don't know what I'm doing with the personality or the voices. You know what? He's probably like a split personality type. You know what? So we have to go and get the dragon's eye. The dragon's eye is stolen from the other person. We're trying to take it from the other person. And this map, it's not really drawn well because like what Edith, I think was her name. I don't think she drew it that well, but like that's what we're supposed to do. Like I don't even know what that means, but like so. Our plan is to either be the distraction or we're supposed to dance together. I don't know.
Right, well, I'm not much up for stealing things like a diamond, but you say it's in a library or a study?
I think it was a study, but I was playing with my hair at the time.
I like the sound of that. Let's go and find that anyway, because then maybe we can find a quiet spot and maybe some spells we don't already know.
I would love to learn prestidigitation. I haven't learned that yet.
You haven't learned presto yet?
No, I went more war magical, and so like I was, rave enfeeblement or something. I don't know. That's what my father told me to do. Dude, D'Artagnan, Deegan, Dales.
Have you forgotten your own name?
Okay, it's
Yes.
Father Dales. Father Dales.
Father Dales.
Right, Father Dales told you not to learn prestidigitation.
He said it's beneath me.
Well, okay.
Or maybe the spell book was beneath me. I don't. That was. Should we go to the study or the library?
Yes, let's go to the study, and I'm just gonna grab like the nearest person, whoever they are, servant, guest, whoever. You there?
Oh! As you grab this lady as she walks past us. Oh, please, tries to peel your hand off of her. Like, hello, and who might you be?
Yes. Well, I am Erroneous Nigma Sunderdrake of the Icewind Dales Academy for the Young Mages, and this is my assistant, apprentice, and perhaps understudy, D'Artagnan Deegan Dales of the Icewind Dales. We are, of course,
That is such a mouthful. Sorry.
learned scholars.
So you're in the education department. Are you here for funding? Because that's not what this is about.
Do we look like we're here for funding? Look
I'm
how
not.
we're dressed.
And she pauses and lowers her mask. And stuff. I'm sorry. I'm Duchess Olivia Marktosh. It is a delight to meet you.
Your name sounds familiar for some reason. Look, I want to peruse your books. Where is the library or the study or whatever?
We really just came to evaluate your study.
Right. Does my husband know about this?
Sure.
I don't know.
You don't sound very confident.
I'm never really confident in social interactions. It's been a defect of mine since I was a very young Ed. So we can't.
The first step to making progress is accepting it, D'Artagnan. You're doing very well.
Your hair looks nice. I'm supposed to compliment people in social interactions, right?
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty awkward right now.
That's normal.
What and she sort of like leans over to this dragonborn. Are you looking after him?
Yes, yes, indeed I am. But I can't imagine that your husband would invite an academic to his party without expecting him to go and peruse the books.
Oh, well, you see, my husband has currently retired to the study, and then later to his chambers. He's feeling a little unwell. That's why I'm hosting the party right now.
Oh, I see. Well, I am a mage of some renown. Perhaps I can go and be of service.
You would? Oh, that'd be fantastic. You know, knock up one of your tinctures or something, you know, wipe the flu out of him.
Yes,
He
I'm
looked
sure I
rather
can.
pale last time I saw him, so, you know.
I'm sure I can do something.
Okay, that's fantastic. Would you rather stay for the show first? It's about to start.
Well, I would not like your husband's condition to worsen. I am extremely subtle. I will go and heal up your partner, and then we will implicate ourselves back into the room with the show, and no one will notice a thing.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. If you head up the stairs, you should see Nathaniel. He is my husband's physician. He'll probably be by the door. There is a guard or two there as well. But is the head up the stairs, take a quick right, and he is the far door at the end of the corridor. Thank you. And if you'd like anything sent up, then... No.
Possibly boiling water, but other than that, we will see.
I will let the kitchen know.
Just in case he's pregnant.
Yeah, that's it. Would you like some fluffy towels?
Just in case he's a pregnant horse.
And she sort of does that weird, like, glide off to the side in this huge dress as she disappears and starts to mingle with all the people again. Back in the kitchen, you two have scrubbed clean this because the chef wouldn't let you leave. You managed to kick away the last goblin that seems to have been tangled in your petticoats. Looks pretty begrudged by it. You think that he's pretty happy with himself, that he's managed to steal like a doily-sized part of lace, which he's running and like waving at his friends in victory. But
Right over the bum.
yeah, just like a perfect cut. And so, right, well, you can go then. I suppose go and get on with what you're actually supposed to do, and don't come in my kitchen again.
Absolutely, sir. Again, 1,000 apologies for the knocking of your many stews. Brother, my dress is ruined, and your French horn is logged with gravy. What are we to do?
As you blow it, a pea comes out of it.
Perhaps they have a harp or something else I can play.
Oh, you can play the harp?
Yes, of
Did I
course.
know that? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. I'm a flexible musician.
Yeah, French horn, harp, triangle. Who knows? Okay.
Oh no, I can't play the triangle.
Just symbols.
Rocks.
No, it's the cello.
Okay, just big stuff.
Right, I'm a big guy.
Big guy. Big instruments. Pretty big guy. Okay,
Big hands
listen.
with a little triangle, just they break.
No, bend becomes square, useless. So, I haven't a clue what to do. I'll be honest with you. I saw some of this show through the little servants window, which I believe is a thing they have in houses, and it looked pretty good, better than anything we can do with a ruined dress and a chuba with dinner in it. Yeah. Right. So I think we may have to revert to Plan B, just steal things, like sneak around. Maybe I don't know. Like what is your plan? Because they're summoning like magical doves.
Right.
Can you do that?
I can make lights. That's all I can do is music and lights.
You can see down the corridor a couple of people dressed in almost like Harlequin outfits, sort of almost trotting quite quickly as they look like they're heading towards a door into the main hall. You're currently in the corridor overlooking the main hall, but not quite in it yet. And you can see them almost like shaking it out, like getting themselves ready. There seems to be about 8 of them, just like, come on, we've got this, guys, we've got this. Whoa, come on, this is the biggest act of our lives. As he's sort of like shaking it out and getting themselves all prepared. It's how we're going to wait for our cue.
Brother, we can go back to where they're coming from, see if there are extra outfits and...
I'm sure there are. Harlequins obviously bring the one very big one for a little guy. Okay, let's take a look.
Right, let's go.
I would like to rummage through the big wicker sacks of costumes to see if there's anything
there is a
that
wicker
exists.
basket.
Oh, great! Yeah, you don't get wicker sacks. That's not a phrase. Yeah.
Wicker basket. There's definitely a big wicker basket.
Yeah,
I know because I own one. And you can see you can see these Harlequin outfits, also just colourful, like all-in-ones outfits, big like fancy hats. This looks to be very much performer outfits. You can see some streamers and things like that, but that's about it.
Okay, cool. In which case, I would like to put on one. I figured they're roughly half-elf sized, a lot of them.
Yeah, you can definitely find stuff that fits. You can see there's an orc by the door, a full-grown orc in this full Harlequin thing. You guess he's probably used for throwing the other ones.
Yeah. All right, brother, make it so. Okay, let's make it go. Okay. Listen, neither of us know how to perform, so we're going to have to lie and make it seem like we know how to perform. You know all the stretching with the sort of lots of this.
The arm circles.
Yes, arm circles, touch toes, calves, all the above.
I cannot touch my toes.
I'll touch your toes.
Thank you, brother. You're a good
problem. I do my best. And we will rock up at the back of the group, trying to look
limbering up.
Yeah, trying to look. We've done this all the time. Yeah, this is just Harlequin stuff we're up to. We love it. Every day for us.
Right, the biggest show, yes, but every show is the biggest show. You know, every performance is best performance.
You see, this elf turn around and look at you and say, "You're right. Are you the new ones?"
Yes.
Well, newer, you know, we do the acrobatics a lot, but newer to the troop.
We're experimenting with French horn gesturing. We put some peas in it for a joke.
Right.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm George. Nice
Hello,
to meet
George.
you. What are your names? I'm still pretty new here, you know.
Our names. What a great question.
Yeah.
What a good question that is.
Was that rude for me to ask?
No, it's fine.
My name is. No, go ahead, brother.
My name is. I'm gonna cast around. Think of a name. Bolshoi.
My name is Duke.
Oh, what intriguing names!
I know. We had different fathers. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I suppose most people have different fathers, don't they? Weird, weird thing to say. We're not half brothers.
You are correct.
I know.
I mean, you and I, newcomer, we probably have different brothers also.
Yeah, no.
Who's your father?
I suspect we do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so you know, we have a lot in common.
Technically, yes. I'm George II, but you know.
Right. So my father was not named George. It was Duke the First, I think.
Oh, that explains a lot. It explains, you know. Yeah.
Cool. Well, this is a fun and interesting conversation to be having, especially on stream. But let's move it on.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And for a moment, there is a pause, and you hear some music kick in. And he's like, "That's our cue. That's our cue. We gotta go in." And the doors fly open, and this color and these streamers burst out through the doors. You see them all start to cartwheel in. You can see the huge orc in this Harlequin outfit just picks up this small gnome, walks in and just launches him up. And this gnome seems to disappear for a brief amount of time until you see him on one of these like trapeze swings across the hall. How would you like to enter the room?
Is there another trapeze swing?
Yes, up. How would you like to get up there?
Brother.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
Please put down the French horn.
Right. All right. Ready? We got one. We got two. And three.
Athletics check, please.
Do I have an advantage for this?
Yeah, we've got advantages for days. Yeah.
Right. I would like to use one so as not to kill my brother.
Of course. If you get to me that once, I'm gonna cry.
Should I roll acrobatics, or is this mainly
Yes,
just
please,
the throwing?
definitely roll. Yeah, 21 athletics. If you can roll acrobatics to catch the.
Just a quick question. How do I roll acrobatics specifically?
Okay, so if you go on your sheet, you should see the word acrobatics. Let's have a look. Where are you? So.
Oh, I can just click it. There we go.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
just click
23.
acrobatics here. Let's have a look. 23. Yeah, you sail through the air as your brother launches you up, and Dart and your lovely Dragonborn master, you for some reason see your companion Duke in a Harlequin outfit as you reach the top balcony, as he just suddenly appears almost at your eye level before keep going past and holding onto this swing and disappearing across the hallway.
Everything is under control. I haven't plunged past the middle of the swing.
This is the thing, you can either make another acrobatics check to try to get to the next one, or literally just swing there.
I'm super cool to just swing towards the study, I think, and then and just try and style it out. This is what I was supposed to be doing.
Okay, roll me another acrobatics check so that to see if you don't miss the balcony, basically. Were you using an advantage or were you not? Very important question.
Yes.
Okay. You make the balcony. You land. How do you land? Do you do it elegantly? Because on a 19, you certainly can land if you want.
Yes. You know what? No, I do it in a manner befitting a Harlequin. I do it in a way that looks like I'm supposed to do it. And I also do it in a way which draws attention towards it. Like, I'll be like, hey, and the other Harlequin over there. And then, like, muffling my bells, try and sneak into the show.
Yeah, you didn't realize it, but there seem to be things attached to your arms in the suit. And as you go, hey, these streams shoot out in the other direction of these other Harlequins, probably towards Bolshoi more than anything. Bolshoi, what are you doing? She's just seen your
Half-orc.
launch through
Half-orc, please. I think my trapeze man has a problem.
He has fired flares from slits.
The emergency signal. I can leave you with some dancing lights. And I'm just gonna like cast dancing lights where I was. And
jazz hands.
Yeah, you can do that. Why not? Let's see what happens. Are you staying on the ground floor or are you running up to?
I'm trying to stealthily run up the stairs, but I am a big guy, so I don't think it will be very stealthy.
Roll stealth then for me, please.
I'm not using an advantage because I believe in myself. It was not very smart, but an advantage would be good.
You did it! Like, you head up these stairs casting dancing lights. So many people watch you go. It's like, oh. Like, they sort of clap you on the way up. As you do, you compose at the top of the stairs and then disappear. And you are all together again. I will say the guard by the door looks slightly shocked that two Harlequins seem to have come out of nowhere and landed on this balcony floor.
Red.
Wait a minute, I'm not there, sorry.
So,
you are, aren't you?
You
We're
are
all
there.
together again?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, okay. You must be Nathaniel.
Yes. No.
No.
This doctor looks at you as you say yes. No, I'm Nathaniel.
Sorry.
Unless
the mask.
you're also.
No, sorry. I'm wearing a mask. I got confused. Don't worry, it's fine.
I'm not wearing a mask, so.
No, but I'm wearing the mask, so I didn't know whether I was. It's okay. Don't worry. Have a fun time. It's perfect.
Nathaniel is stage name for some of us, and then not all of us are the Nathaniel, so it gets
It's a
very
cute
confusing.
name we call each other anyway.
Right. It's
You were confused by your own mask.
I'll do a little somersault.
Right, like my
Roll
mask.
performance check.
Can I have acrobatics, please? Yeah, it's a really small somersault.
Yeah, it's like a half tuck and roll off to the side.
I'm part of the training program. I can only do one jazz hand at the moment. If I do two, I go wrong.
And you see like Nathaniel stand there in his smart coat, like, right, okay.
Cool. Anyway, I'm going to go caper over here. You talk to the Dragonborn who I don't know.
And Nathaniel sort of looks now over this Dragonborn, is like, yes, I am Nathaniel.
Excellent. Yes. Now, the count, she a countess or a duchess? I can't remember. But she sent me upstairs to find the study and help out the count or duke, or whatever his name was. Count? Is it count? No, duke.
Baron?
Baron.
It's a joke. Just confusing because mine, no.
I was gonna say, I'm waiting for you to go, yes?
Who's on second?
I believe you mean Duke Martosh, yes.
Yes, Martosh, not Mortok, yes.
Not Macintosh, no.
Martosh, yes.
Are you a doctor?
Of sorts, I'm a wizard.
Oh. He just sort of his face drops.
Do you have a problem with wizards or mages or anything magical?
He looks over to you, looks you up and down.
Wait.
No.
Okay, cool. We're here to talk to the Duke to heal him a little bit, because apparently the Duchess said that the person treating him, Nathaniel, wasn't doing an exceptional job, so she wanted us to check out. Yeah.
Ah. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd better follow me then. And he turns and starts to walk towards the door at the end of the corridor. You walk past so many oil paintings in these like ornate gold frames. And he gets to the door at the end. You hear you hear a couple of yells of excitement as this some more of almost like fireworks start going off inside this place, and some music that starts to go into uproar again. And he knocks on the door. Duke, I'm just coming in. Yes. And the door opens. And you are in a study. And you can see in this study there is a huge four-poster bed by the window. The windows are open for some fresh air, not much, but it's there. And there is a very sickly looking man in this bed. He looks very pale, very drawn. And if you would like to try and see the door, you want a perception check, please.
But I'm not going to look for anything. I'm going to walk over towards the Duke and make a big show of healing him as I rub my hands together. And I don't know any healing spells, but I've seen clerics have a go, and I happen to be an illusion wizard, so I'm going to replicate the sounds and looks of a cure wounds spell and see if perhaps the placebo effect might help out the Duke a little bit.
The great wizard placebo.
You certainly rub your hands together and start doing the... Yeah.
I would like to help with minor illusions, just make it... So I will then go...
So like red in his cheeks.
I was about to say, are you giving him like warmth to his skin?
I'm just like, your lordship, let me just check your face, and oh, the color is coming right back to you.
And as you were doing this, you
silky, more manageable.
It's like, ooh, because you're with it. You touch his face, and it is icy cold, and it feels...
Well, good thing I have shocking grasp.
Could either of you roll me a medicine check, please?
Sure. Let me just. Yikes. So sorry, Scrat. Oh!
Oh,
You're on fire, kid.
Guess D'Artagnan Dales, Deegan of Dales. Things are looking up.
You are looking over this man. You can see he is almost on death's door. He seems to be very, very pale, very, very cold. And he looks up to you, Dart. He's, you seek the stone.
Oh my.
I mean, I seek a lot of knowledge and a lot of things in the world, but like, stone.
And he reaches up with his very frail hand and pulls you down on your robe so that you're this far. He's like, the dragon's eye. He asked you for it, didn't he?
You can't have my eye.
He sort of looks over for a moment, shocked. Not that one.
Oh, wait. I pull up this really close to him and like, this thing?
That you seek it. He seeks it. He got you to come steal it from me.
I'm here just for extra credit, so it's just like...
I can't remember why I was here. D'Artagnan brought me upstairs.
We were here to heal you.
Yes, that's right. Now, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling better?
No. Well, sure, you can stand with your brother near the door, so you can hear this.
Right. So this whole sort of mimicry of healing someone, I find quite offensive because I can actually heal people. So amid all of this tomfoolery of cutting faces and analytics, saunter up to the front.
Well, but we're dressed as Jester. No one would believe we could heal anyone.
That's okay.
Two jesters by the door looking at you.
That's okay, brother, you see, because my father, he was a nobleman of the Orcish community.
No, I remember your father.
I do have a position of privilege. I should be able to get in just fine.
Cool, okay. Maybe you want to take the bells off your knees first?
No,
I help. Okay.
all
Traditional. Right. No, you could say that Orcish.
Right. So I just take
Hey,
his
listen.
hand.
Just real quick. I'm gonna try and steal the jewel. I'm gonna look around for that thing, just while everyone's distracted. Okay, the job.
Right.
Okay.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah,
So
no problem.
So I woke up to this man, this duke, and I would like to gingerly take your hand and say, be better.
Wow. That's all you have to do?
It's the greatest verbal components I've ever heard.
You hold this man's hand, and as you cast this, you see warmth. Well, more you can feel the warmth coming back to his hand. You can see a little bit of colour in his skin. And as you're doing this, Duke, could you roll a perception check for me, please? Okay, hang on, are you using an advantage or not? You're muted.
Yeah.
I think my brother
Hello. So I clicked on the perception. How do I make it not with advantage? Is it just like automatic? We just pick the
No,
low
so
one.
are you using one? Is what I'm saying. So we've got some to use.
We always take the number
right.
on the left unless we're using an advantage. Then we take the higher.
Okay, right, cool. In which case, yeah, I think it's interesting if I find the thing. So yeah, I'll do that.
You see a glint of this almost amber-colored jewel beneath the Duke's shirt, in between where the buttons. And he seems to be wearing it.
Oh, that's really it's as close to him as it could be.
Am I still like pulled towards the Duke's face at this point too?
You
or
are, but you haven't seen it. That's the only issue.
Hang on a second. The physician isn't in the room, is he? It's just us and the Duke.
No, the physician is stood there.
Okay. Well, that's gonna make it a bit harder.
That's the spirit.
It seems there is some kind of cursed jewel around this man's neck. He seems to have been. I'm gonna walk forward and gingerly pick up the jewel. I do not want to get any curse on my hand and take it off. He's like, yes, I can see, holding up to the light. This definitely seems to be very cursed.
Can you run a
physician
persuasion check for me, please?
Am I allowed to use minor illusion again to make it look even creepier?
Yeah,
And, like, okay. So
Just
as
give
I'm,
it a ghoulish.
as I'm like hold to the face, I'm just gonna go like this and be like, and it's gonna just brighten, like turn green and kind of like mold a little bit and like just have like oozing and like just the worst things possible.
Can you do lightning?
Like
outside.
Lightning crashes outside. Can I do that? Can I do that? Is that part of?
Why not?
Just shove can grasp out the window.
I can do that.
As you do it flashes like dark and light as this happens, as you hold this stone up.
I'm probably gonna mess.
Style.
I'm gonna cough and make the lightning make a noise because I have the minor illusion bit that allows noises too.
Good heavens, I say, walking over, closing the door and putting myself between it and the physician. What kind of physician are you anyway? You some kind of charlatan?
That's what the Duchess was saying. That they're not a good doctor.
I bet it was him who cursed this incredibly valuable jewel.
I think so.
We should take this away, and you should say nothing of this physician.
Only to protect the Duke, right?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Right, the Duke, how are you feeling as my patient?
And
He already looks better.
He sort of looks like there's more color in his cheek. He still looks a bit forlorn. He sort of rolls his head over to you. I feel worse.
Oh well, that is adjustment period.
And Nathaniel looks at you and like, maybe I am not a very good physician if I did not realize this jewel was doing what it's doing. And he sort of looks to all of you.
Well,
you...
physicianing and arcanaing the curses of jewelry, these are two very different skill sets. It's not like I can play French horn, I cannot play triangle. You know, it's a very different sort of.
So, since when has a harlequin been able to heal?
Probably going to render this guy unconscious now, I think.
Madam many talents.
Can I do an insight check on Nathaniel to see if they're actually like a doctor? To see if I like? No, wait, no. I don't know. I'm
pretty sure no one here is a doctor.
It's sort of doctor, right?
There are no doctors in this room. You can roll an insight check if you wish.
Yeah.
This man looks at you. And he has a slight quirk at his lip. He's not a doctor.
I would like to do detect magic on him. I don't know how that works because this is my first time as a spellcaster. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys.
Like in and out of character.
Yeah. You sense some form of magic around him. But it's nothing like your magic. In fact, there's one thing you can do that he seems to be able to do, and you're picking up on that. You're just not too sure what it is.
Who
and he
are
smiles
you?
at you. I'm Nathaniel.
No.
Do you always observe people this way?
Yeah, I'm pretty weird, dude.
I just met him today. It's weird.
Okay, listen.
No offense. It is. It suits you.
I'm pretty, but weird. Yes, we know this. Okay, let's.
All right, Doctor, spill the beans. Clearly, we're lying, but so are you, and we outnumber you. What's going on?
Trying to poison the doctor for the jewel, the Duke.
No, he is the Duke. Good Christ, we're bad at this.
Not you, Duke, or me, Duke.
Kent's trying to poison the jewel. I am the doctor.
Not me, the doctor, but the other doctor.
The other doctor.
The doctor with the false name Duke.
How many people are in this room?
Right, so I am the
Between
doctor.
15 and 20.
Is Duke. That is the Duke, and that is the doctor. So
And I'm D'Artagnan Deacon Dales. There's so many D's in here.
Okay, yeah. So my question was directed in character. I'm going to ask him what's going on because clearly everyone's lying here. But seeing as he's included in everyone, maybe we can just split the profits.
This is my friend. I am merely helping him in his process.
You're not a doctor, though, are you?
No, I am
No.
a physician, though.
Well, I mean, I was pretty sure those words were interchangeable. Is that not how it works? All right, now I render him unconscious.
Could you roll a dexterity check for me?
Yeah, sure.
And it will be against his.
Oh. Ah! He renders me unconscious.
He doesn't render you unconscious, but as you swing, it's strange. It's like he just almost moves far too fast and glides to the side, just out of your reach. There's no need for this.
Brother, he's too calm. This is weird. You try hitting him. Or maybe use magic? I'm not entirely sure what it is you do.
I have a big sword and I have a big horn. That's pretty much all you have.
Cool, okay. Well, you know, he can...
Usually
You
there's-
have your stone.
Right.
Why don't you stay for the rest of the party?
It's pretty creepy in here. You know? And he could stay for the party, I suppose, but I'm worried you might tell someone we've stolen the accursed stone.
Oh gosh, no.
Why wouldn't you?
Because so many people try and steal it and never get away.
See, it's getting creepier by the second in here. Go on.
To what
Can I?
end? If anyone wants to make a perception check, however, I will allow it.
Not worth me rolling those dice.
How did you get double 13, Kent?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
Scrat.
completely average.
Oh, God.
Completely average.
Look, I'm not the wise brother. I'm not the smart brother.
All of you seem to be almost intrigued and entranced by this physician. Apart from you, Dart, you sort of look past him and you look at all of the oil paintings on the walls. You see he is in one of them. You also see the man in the bed is in one of them. And you see that the Duchess is in one of the many, many oil wall paintings all the way around this room. And he smiles.
I relay that information, I guess, because it's
These paintings look to be ancient.
I'm just gonna try something. I'm gonna just in Abyssal, I would like to be like, who are you?
At that, he smiles. So you know Abyssal, friend.
I mean, I may have picked it up in my readings.
You are more interesting than I thought. Anyway, we should rejoin the party. Take your jewel.
No,
off you
like
go.
just super quickly. Why don't people get away with it? I mean, we could just get out the window now. It seems pretty straightforward. Is it like really cursed? Do you kill them? Is there a crossbow?
Is there a crossbow?
I shoot you. Always be a big one. I don't know.
Was there some
What's the
sort
deal?
of klaxon or alarm that sounds?
Are there dogs? Big dogs?
And
Can I do a
Maybe
history
like,
check?
maybe like the floor falls away.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
We don't do traps in
Yeah, I
that
still don't. I'm not
And
sure.
as you say all this, you realize the music has completely stopped in the hall. It is dead silent. There is no chattering. There is no nothing.
I'd like to nervously toot my horn. Oh, this one, of course.
Can I do an Arcana check on the stone?
Yeah, what are you trying to check?
I want to see if there's like any curses actually on the stone that like prevent us from taking it outside of the boundary of this estate. I want to see if there's like a past history that I may have known in whatever kind of studies that I have and whatever kind of like.
So roll me an Arcana and a history check.
That's what I'll do.
Do that. Do both of those.
Okay.
History check. You look the stone over as the Duke holds it in this silent room. All you can hear is that of the other Duke in the bed, breathing very wheezily. And you pause for a moment and think back to your studies, and you almost see yourself in that library going over all the books, all those books that your master has told you to, go through hundreds and hundreds of times. And you recognize this stone. And it is said to be cursed, but it is also said to be a gift, the gift of immortality, which can also be seen as a curse. And you recognize it as it sits in the Duke's hand. No, Duke's hand, not the. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, I got it. Can I do I have time to like quickly see if there is any stone kind of imprint on Nathaniel?
You can't see any stone print that seems to be on him at all. However, you can also tell with your Arcana check, there's nothing that is holding it to this place. There is no like barrier or anything like that.
Master.
Yes.
Do you remember that one reading that you made me read it like 17 times because I was like not really paying attention to it, but something about a stone that gives immortality at a curse favor or something. I don't even remember the text that well anymore. But is this that stone, do you think?
I don't know. Do you feel like you've written a thesis that would gain you a doctorate?
Probably.
Oh, perhaps it is the Philosopher's Stone.
So
Bless you.
We should jump out the window maybe and go. The party seems really spooky.
Yes.
You hear footsteps moving up the stairs, and there is a pause with one of the guards at the door.
Hello.
And
welcome back.
Hey, hi there. Sorry, everything went on.
You're good. There is a guard at the door who stands there and looks to you as his throat is slit. And you see the blood spray as he sort of falls down.
Oh my.
As the Duchess steps forwards, blade in her hand. Out on the dance floor, below the balcony, as she ushers you out, you see the whole ballroom has stopped and is staring at all of you, looking up. There's got to be at least 100 people here, maybe more. And they watch you all as you stand by the balcony. Their eyes all turn white as their jaws start to stretch and you hear a hiss. I need you to either run as this ballroom is full of vampires. As they all start to stretch their mouths low, these huge fangs come out. You hear that hissing, that grey. You hear the Duke starting to move from his bedchamber, and some of them start to climb the walls up towards you. What would you like to do?
He said, I need you to either run, and then he described a lot of horrible vampires. What's the other option? Not that I really want to take it, but what is the other option? Oh god, no. No, perhaps I'm going to jangle my way out of there. Which one of us has the stone? Nathaniel, right? I do. Cool. Okay. Great. Well, I think I'm going to try and launch myself out of that library window.
Okay. You need to make a dexterity save against Nathaniel as he tries to block your way. So I'm going to roll for Nathaniel.
And so is that just D20 plus my dex mod, yeah?
Brother, before you go, be inspired.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
I will roll. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Right. It is a D6.
Okay. Hey!
On a 24, how do you, are you heading back into the room? Are you heading back into the library, or are you literally throwing yourself out this window?
So the window's like through the library. It's one that was open next to the bed. I think that's the only exit which I've really heard reference.
Yeah.
Is there another way out? Okay.
Down the stairs and out another window, maybe.
There's a lot of vampires down there. I'm going to streak, like jingling wise, past my brother, who gives me a little wink, and that makes me feel pretty good about myself. I'm going to start ripping off the jester clothes and the mask, showing off my elegant studded leather, which I've been wearing underneath this whole time, and sort of vault over the bed, and the Duke is there. He's sort of, and then just use him as a sort of pommel horse, leap out the window, and really hope there's trees or something down there.
Now there's a very lovely lawn.
I'm not allowed on that.
You go crashing through this window. Yes, it's open, but your foot catches one of the other windows as the glass smashes. You all see Duke disappear out of this window. You hear a slight yelp. I will need you to take... How much damage? Hang on. I will need you to take just 2 damage. As you hit one of the lamps on the way out, and you land on the lawn right next to the "Please keep off the lawn" sign. As you're
Can I land on the "Please keep off the lawn"
You
sign?
can break it in half as you land on it.
That was the 2 hit points.
Yeah. As your brother was down the way out, what would you like to do, Troy?
Right, Professor, do you have all magic to deal with this or no?
I could make a disc that we could set them all on.
Could we sit us on it and fly out the window?
Frisbee them out the window into daylight.
Hang on a second. Doesn't Cure Light Wounds hurt vampires? Could you pretend to cast Cure Light Wounds on them again?
I mean,
just to really freak them out.
We could make very many holy symbols around us as we run out the door.
I know how to make people laugh hideously.
Can anybody make the smell of garlic?
Yes, but something I've struggled with my whole life, and I really don't want to bring it up.
He's already left. He's out the window. He's on the sign. He's on the lawn, face down.
I unfortunately I haven't got the major image yet, which would allow me to do smells and temperatures. But I could maybe produce something. Let's see. What do I'll produce a stake, a large wooden stake. I'm just gonna minor illusion a stake floating in the air. No, hang on a minute. We can make this better. 10 sticks. There we go.
Right, so we all have minor illusion, right?
I'm sorry, I just see him there going, he's got one, haha, oh wait, haha.
Oh, here's the plan. Each of us we make a fake cluster, right? And we all cast these minor illusion. So we have a circle of these stakes around us.
Whilst you were deciding this, the vampires, they're like...
and we all huddle out. Right?
Are you backing away with surrounded by illusion stays?
I can make
Right.
a color spray. I can make an array of flashing colored light hit my hand.
Yeah,
Just
you
real,
do
just
you.
real quick. Just real quick. Can I be temporarily unconscious on the lawn? Can I just have knocked myself out when I landed?
Yeah, you've got the actual sign is broken across your head. I don't know how you did it, but
Yeah,
you did
yeah,
it.
it's rolled real badly. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's more interesting to have me stick around unconscious rather than just run off with the jewel.
I mean, you could. But so are you backing, or you're backing up towards the window as well?
I think that's the plan, right? We all just...
Okay. Because of the way you're approaching, I need you all to roll initiative on the Duke who is in the bed. So, if you could roll initiative and I'll roll for the Duke. He's rather sickly, so... Yeah, there we go. Ken, what are you entering initiative, or are you projecting lights?
Okay, here's the thing. So one of my flaw is when there's a fight, I don't run. I go and I'm like curious about their anatomy, right? So I really want to go up to like...
Where you going with this, Ken?
I really want to just go up to Nathaniel and be like, in Abyssal, I'm like, so are you a vampire? And like, how long did it take you to like learn how to be a vampire? What is it like to just
make a dex save?
I will. I will. Sure. Why not? Like, can I? Whatever. There's my dex save.
This Nathaniel reaches out as you're talking to him. He stares you dead in the eye before grabbing you round the throat and starts to lift you up off the floor. I'll leave you there a second. So, Scrat, the Duke has sat up as you're backing away, and you hear that as he's trying to sit up and like reach for something on his side table.
Oh, this isn't ideal. I'm going to just shove him. I'm just going to use the shove attack.
Roll an athletics, please. We'll do opposing. He's not feeling very well, so...
There's a 13.
Oh my gosh. The withered old man fights the Dragonborn back and pushes you off with this newfound strength as he shoves you back.
You
Like,
blighter.
he's now like locked you in there, like he's got his hand on your face as he's trying to push you back. Bolshoi, what would you like to do?
Right, so there is many things that Bullstroy could do because this is going very bad. So what do I want to do? I think I would like to just calm everybody's emotions because this is just going too badly. So I will cast Calm Emotions. Everyone here just needs to calm down a little bit. So I'm trying to make everybody indifferent towards everybody they're hostile towards, and we can just go our own way. They have to make a charisma saving throw.
Wait, what is your... what's it for that?
12. It's not great.
Doesn't matter, he rolled a 2. You see him sort of like, he's got his like one face like up one of the Dragonborn's nostrils, one there, foot like in the air, this fragile old man as he's trying to push him back. And you just see him sort of go, oh, and sit down in the bed, shoulders slumped. And look around as you've calmed him down a little bit. He will, however, reach out to the bedside table where there is a candlestick, which he will swing towards the Dragonborn on the way out.
Right, so
I'm assuming an 8 doesn't hit.
No, but it's
You
closer
chilled
than
him
I'd
out
like,
so
to be honest.
much. You chilled him out so much, he just sort of ugh, and swings it. You can see, you can now get to the window with ease, but you can see Darts still talking whilst being in the vice grip that is Nathaniel's wrist.
Right, so I don't suppose the 20-foot radius sphere reached out to Nathaniel at all.
Yeah, no, he's not chill right now.
That's unfortunate.
But he is holding Darts, so, you know.
I don't have many bonus actions, so have a bardic inspiration.
Good luck, buddy. Out the window you go. Okay. Question. So, is the Dragonborn and Bolshoi jumping out the window now?
If I must.
If I can detangle myself from Nathaniel, yes. Not Nathaniel, the old man.
Oh yeah, no, he's dropped. He's let go. He chilled right out.
Oh.
Motions have been called.
Yeet.
Does he say that as he does? You yeet out the window, as it were. One thing I will say is, Duke, you can either just be coming round and roll a check to try and avoid being crushed as this huge dragon.
I'll take the damage. That's fine. I think it's funnier.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just waking up.
And the first thing hits you as a Dragonborn hits you, and as you gradually sort of push this Dragonborn off you, you see your half-brother come crashing out of the window as well. And please take... only 5 damage. Only 5 damage as you are taken out a second time. The both of you, Duke has cushioned your blow. You are fine.
Thank you, brother.
I got the jewel. There was a problem. Where is the simpleton?
You lay in this pile.
I tooted for him. He should be done shortly.
Okay, cool. Good toots. Let's run away.
So, simpleton, what are you doing?
Funny you should say that. So I just read my thing. I have this thing called Tactical Wit. Starting on the second level, you have your keyed ability to assess tactical situations allow you to act quickly in battle. That gives yourself a bonus action equal to your intelligence modifier. So I have 4 extra bonus actions.
Are you just trying to convince them 4 times? What are you doing with this?
So I would first like to do charm person.
Okay.
Hi there, could you please let me down? I was just asking you like a question. I don't know how this works.
What's the wisdom save on that?
The wisdom save on that fuck.
Ken,
Isn't there a wisdom save on that? What?
I'm just reading through the tactical wit. It gives you a bonus to your initiative roll equal to your intelligence modifier.
Well,
probably not 4 bonus actions around.
I was like, wow! Like, what is this shit at level 3?
Dyslexic, my bad. My bad, dyslexic right there. Sorry. So I don't have 4 bonus actions. Oh my god. No, I read that. I was like, oh my god. Wait, what?
Do I have 6 arms?
You're an insect or an arachnid.
Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna do shocking grasp.
We just gave up on charming him.
Now,
I
remember,
don't think you can charm someone you're actively in a fight with anyway.
you do have an extra d6, but because I am also large, you can use it towards damage if you wish.
You do just hit.
Great.
Use the power of the toot.
Use the toot.
Thank you.
Didn't you hear the toots?
Please, because otherwise you're
Give him the
literally going to
toots.
give him a little friction.
Wait, what am I doing? Hold on, sorry.
Roll
Hi.
a d6. Roll a d6.
Oh,
That adds on to your damage.
okay, great. 1d6. There you go. 5.
You shock this vampire, and he starts shaking briefly and clenches slightly tighter on your neck. Before he... So you're gonna have to take. Hang on.
I'm
You're
dead.
gonna take 3 damage, but he
Okay.
does drop you as he shakes, and then he sort of stops and pauses and looks to you, and you see his fangs start to stretch, and slowly he starts to grow larger and larger, and these wings start to sprout out of his back. You can see some of these other vampires have started crawling in through the doorway and chasing after you. What would you like to do?
Misty step.
Go for it. Are you heading out the window?
Oh, I'm heading out the window. Yes.
Question:
ma'am.
have you all moved?
I haven't.
No, I am making sure brother is okay. He has sign on his head. I'm checking for bruises. I have a dragonborn tail on my back or something. I don't know.
Do not remove the signs. The first rule of first aid. Don't pull it. Just leave it where it is.
Duke, you're just about coming round as you see.
How could this day get any worse?
Just come crashing through this window.
Like, sorry, Misty Step is a teleport, right?
Yeah.
So I see teleport directly on top of me.
He literally teleports above you and drops.
Yeah. I mean damage.
So,
Hang on, I'll
hi,
roll it.
Duke.
All right, stop. Maybe we all fall directly onto this gem and we break it.
As you do this, you can see leaning out the window is this huge bat-like creature as it starts crawling out, and it sort of lets go this huge hissing, snarling sound. What would you like to do?
I would like to run away, please.
I would also like to do the running.
Yes, I think running sounds like a wonderful idea.
Now, I've got a short bow on my sheet. Don't know where it was hidden. Presumably up the petticoat, but if it's possible, I'd like to snap off a shot as I run away.
The goblin running off with it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, the goblin took it. Don't worry, it's fine. Sorry. The goblin runs back past and drops it. There we go.
In fear. It's just, you do see some of the goblins leaving, armed, flailing, down the garden path.
I really like the way that there's this huge creepy party, and it's also been said that he does this every month. I like to imagine this is just a monthly thing for the goblins.
They just like, oh, here's goes this shit again.
Trash is too good to pass up, you know?
You see one of them disappear into one of the bins and just close the lid.
I like to play them a jaunty marching tune as they run away.
One of them's disguising himself as a vampire with some flour.
I'm going to.
Breadsticks.
We're on an initiative order now, right? We kind of just do things, right?
No, you're running.
Yes.
I will get you to make. First of all, I will get you all to make an athletics check as these vampires start to pour out of the main door.
I'm going to deliberately lag behind my group, choosing to fail the athletics roll. And as I lag behind them, I'm going to disguise myself and make myself look like a vampire.
I don't think you lag behind me. Hold on.
Yeah, as this happens, as this Dragonborn stops, you aren't looking, Bolshoi, you're sort of looking back. You for your brother until you realize just sprinting on a 20, herring past you, going past the goblins, way past the goblins, and you crash into this Dragonborn and fall straight onto the floor. French horn and sword going in opposite directions as these vampires start closing in. Kent, would you please roll for me as well an athletics check?
Athletics? Okay. Sounds great.
I believe you can do better than I did.
So, thank you very much to Making Things Even and Kent for the donations.
Swear jar, you're welcome.
On a 7, you trip over on the way out.
God.
You don't
Oh,
quite
God.
fall over, but you're almost like on all fours starting to run.
And I think that I've fallen over the Dragonborn, but when I look down, it is a vampire.
Yes, it is a vampire now in front of you.
Ugh. I slap it.
Would you want an athletics check for me, please? Athletics check versus athletics, please, Scrap.
I'm not feeling great about this.
A wizard not feeling good about athletics. Tell me more.
Yeah, you punch this newfound vampire that seems to have appeared underneath you in the face.
Back, you something.
It's me.
Young wizard, it seems they got your master is now vampire too. Please fetch my horn. I will get my sword. We will fight him together.
No, I'm
We have to part the blood out of him.
No, I'm disguising myself to try and protect myself, you see.
Such wicked lies on behalf.
I think the vampire ate him. I think the vampire ate him and it uses his voice.
Right. Fetch my
Also,
horn.
can I stress Duke is screaming this back because he is torn off. Like the goblins are looking at him like,
I am big man. I have
you're
big.
the guy in the dress.
I feel like
Listen, it's been a really big night for everyone, okay?
You see this goblin clinging onto a piece of petticoat as it sprints off.
I feel like this whole one shot has been Duke nearly getting away with a diamond and us just weighing them down.
I'm on the other side of the fence now, and like shouting through. You need to stab him through the heart.
All right, I run to get my great sword.
I dropped this guy's self. God.
I come back.
It disguised itself as the wizard.
I don't think vampires can do that. So it's only bats and humanoid.
Where is my horn? I told you get my horn. Go.
I am not your apprentice. I do not fetch things for you.
Get his horn.
I grab a nearby goblin. Please, goblin, get my horn. I will play you more beautiful music.
This goblin with the white doily just sort of goes, sort of hurries over towards where this French horn is. And you see this crowd burst into a flurry of bats and chase this goblin who has this like French horn over his head running back towards you, leading them directly to you. I need you all to make an athletics check again, just to see if you can get past the gate.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Wow! You're so good at punching my friends, not so good at not avoiding getting vampirized.
Oh dear.
We are not good at this, my friend.
Duke doesn't have to roll again because Duke is the other side of the gate. However, you do watch for a second time as your half-sibling falls, colliding with a goblin and a French horn as they cross paths and take each other out.
Why would we hire? Are we hey, guys, are we food?
Maybe just smash the amulet. I don't know. Maybe it work.
Are you kidding me? It's 2,400 gold pieces.
It's a
This is my wife,
stone. It's
brother.
a stone.
There is a vampire almost gnawing on my shoe right now.
Okay, but like
I am
the thing
going
we're
to
stealing,
attack
right?
you.
Just to be clear, this is the dragon's eye, yeah?
Yes,
That's
it
what
is.
it
Okay, cool.
Does a
Okay.
17 beat your armor class? Well, sure, okay. Oh no, hang on, where is it? You feel these teeth sink into your ankle.
Oh no.
As you have fallen down, and you can just feel that, and it is a searing pain. It's almost like you can feel this sting, this poison, as this goblin is stuck underneath you with this French horn and doily trying to scrabble away. Dragonborn and Dart, you are sprinting. You have seen Bolshoi fall on top of a goblin, and with this French horn. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Can I use Mage Hand to try to pick up Bolshoi and like drag them along as we're running?
My friend, I am honored you think I weigh less than 20 pounds, but I am a big man.
Well,
Can I?
you know what?
Can I hold up the amulet and try and draw the attention of the vampires? I got your stinking amulet, vampires, and try and pull them off my brother.
Roll performance check, please, as you.
Performance every time. Might as well ask me to make an Arcana
You
check.
keep doing it though. You're the one who keeps doing this.
Is it persuasion? No, it's performance. Okay.
You're literally doing a song and dance.
Yeah, it's true. Might take the advantage on that one if that's all right.
Yep. You're doing
Yeah,
this
cool,
like,
okay.
I've got a jar of dirt. You're over there
Yeah,
behind the
no,
gate, like
yeah.
with the stone dancing backwards and forwards.
Goblins
And
helping.
as that happens, Bolshoi, you feel those teeth leave your leg, and this whole group turn and look at you, Duke. And they leave the other three and start tearing after you. I will say a little bit of a tip. I would run.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, I would like to run to a horse and then get on that horse. Am I near any convenient horses?
A horse. Yeah.
Or the carriage from before,
You can
which I
see
believe
the
we left
carriage.
idling outside.
You can see the carriage, but the coachman is not there. You
Okay,
can
cool.
See the carriage.
I've driven the coach at some point. I'm sure. I'm gonna run and leap on top of the carriage and and try and get the horses going.
Yeah, you get them going, and you start. The rest of you, what are you doing? You can see this stagecoach eventually start moving into action as these horses go up.
I would like to try and pull it round towards some sort of gate so everyone could get in the back.
Yeah, you can maneuver it round. Can all of you make a dexterity check to get on this moving coach?
Could I also use minor illusion to make a really big sun? Because, you know, maybe they would be like...
Mate, that's the most major thing I can think of. A really big... Not a normal size sun. A really big sun.
You just get this tiny little poof of this little sun.
I guess it's like how big the sun is to us.
That's me when I see sun.
I mean, Dart, you can, and this tiny little sun appears just above the carriage.
Great. Just making sure everyone knows where it is. And the objective marker.
You know, he's still learning, okay?
Could you make a dex check for me, though, please, Dart?
Of course.
Yeah, you and Dragonborn, you do like a launch and grab hold of this as you manage to get hold of one side of the stagecoach. However, Bolshoi, you're running and you don't quite get it.
It's because I have the goblin under one hand and the French one under the other hand.
Yeah,
I
you hear
didn't know which
that as you're running of this goblin underneath your arm, clinging to dear life to this French horn and this doily. Is anyone going to try help Bolshoi get on board, or is there another way you'd like to get on board, Bolshoi?
Let me see what I have in my
Like,
tooth
is there
ability.
anything you could do with athletics? You just have to describe it to me.
No, I would like to use speak with animals to tell the horses to slow just a little bit so I can get into the carriage and then tell them to go even faster.
Yeah, you
start whinnying really low.
you hear your half brother's like cries from the back in these horse sort of whinnies and neighs as the horses seem to just stop abruptly. And also you throw on the goblin and sort of quickly get on as
I can help actually. I've finally found a use for the floating disc. So as Bolshoi is struggling to get on, I'm going to cast Tensor's floating disc underneath them. It stays within 20 feet of me.
Okay, so from a 20-foot distance, hang on, because Bolshoi did get on the carriage.
Okay.
No, I get the goblin onto the carriage.
Unless you want, okay, so do you want to get on the disc?
I throw the goblin on and then I'm raised up and I say, go horse, go, and I'm just trailing behind on the
You're hovering at a good 20 feet distance. You can see your friends as all of these huge bat-like creatures now are sort of flying towards you. You head out of the gates. You are tearing down the cobbled streets of this city, and there is a moment where you realize where the carriage stopped. There are two vampires clinging to the back of this carriage, and they're starting to make their way up. Anyone on the carriage or in the carriage who wants to fight, please roll initiative.
Would you say that as they're climbing up the side of a carriage, I could get in a sneak attack on them because they're sort of like not able to defend themselves, or are they super cool vampires and they can just do sideways like normal?
I mean,
you know, that sentence I said that makes sense.
I mean, they could do sideways, but I'd say sneak attack because you're also driving the car, so they don't know what the car is going to do if you want to use it like that. If you see what I mean, swing the car out to a side.
Oh,
Sneak
okay,
attack,
yeah.
throw
I'm
the car.
gonna sneak attack with a coach.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to see it coming.
Yeah, that's true. I do that.
Okay, so
I mean,
first
initiative, yeah.
Definitely requires a degree of finesse.
Okay, so Could Scrat and Kent please roll again as you both got nat 2021s? For goodness sake, Kent.
Alright, you need to stop taking all of my nat 20s. You're leaving me only the ones.
Okay, let's see what. Yeah.
I'm speechless. That never happens to me here on Roll20 at the Scratticus Academy.
Right, it is your first stream, I hear.
Very first stream, first D&D, first wizard. Actually, yes, first wizard for real though.
Right, Kent, you go first. What are you doing?
So I would like to put my arms and hands down and cast Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
Go for it, Pikachu. Right, roll for me, please.
Hold on, my mouse just froze. That's great. This is why I need a new computer, which I'm getting. Why won't it go? Hello? Can I not?
Are you stood on top of the carriage? Why won't it go?
Yelling at your hands.
Literally, just like, why aren't you doing it? I'm pressing it. Oh, wait, hold on.
Is there a pop-up behind the window? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, right, let's roll. I've just need to roll this twice. First one fails, second one fails. You see this, you stand on top of this carriage like a maniac as you throw like this lightning wave out, and you see them both blow backwards. They don't fall off the carriage, but they take a lot of damage as they sort of come. You see the claw marks. If anyone's in the carriage, you see these huge claws come through the ceiling as they get dragged back, trying to hold on. Scrat, it is your turn.
Right, lovely. I will. What does this? I'll turn, and I'm going to go for the good old Wizard's Classic. One of the very few spells that I know. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level. So I'm going to create 4 darts, which are going to fly towards the 2 each. So first one, that's mage armor. I messed up there.
You've made it much more dangerous.
You're like a pufferfish when it gets threatened. It just pops out.
And the second one, so that's 9 for the first and 7 for the second.
Okay, you see these vampires as they're trying to hold on as you strike them over and over again. It is, however, now their turn, and one of them is heading towards Dart as it crawls back. There's an 18 hit.
Hold on. There's something. Oh, yeah, 18 totally hits, by the way.
Please take.
Uh-huh.
You're very lucky. 4 damage.
God.
Yeah, he got 2 nat 1s. The other one swipes towards the Dragonborn. At 12? Does that hit?
Yes, I believe it bloody does. Yes, it does.
Please take 8 damage as this huge swiping claw comes searing across your arm and your chest, leaving these scratch marks down the front.
Ow!
It is Bolshoy's turn as you are on this disc, this hypno disc type thing.
Right, so I may not be close enough to really do a lot, but I can cast Fairy Fire on them, hopefully, and make them easier to hit.
Yes, yes you can.
Right, so I believe it's a Dexterity saving throw. The spell DC is 12. 12.
14. You sort of like knock them off, but with their wings, they manage to stabilize themselves again on top of this carriage. It is, however, Duke's turn.
I'm going to inspire him first, my brother.
Yes, of course you can.
Give him a little toot.
Now, of course, what's the name of this town we're in? Doesn't matter. Yeah, this town it's most famous for. It has the lowest hanging pub signs.
It does.
In all of the Forgotten Realms. Yeah. So I guess the first one's a sneak attack. You gotta hope they're stunned. So yes, I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna drift with my horses and see if I can hit them with something. So yes, sneak attack using a coach, please.
Yes, of course. Just roll a regular attack and we'll use it like that.
Very good.
Sneak attack.
Ugh.
Okay.
That's a solid 15, which I guess
Yeah,
probably isn't
that-
enough to hit a vampire. Oh, is it?
It hits one of them.
Groovy. Okay, so that is.
You can add your bardic inspiration to damage also.
Oh, I will do. So that's roll d8, d6 plus 2d6.
I think it's 3d6. Is it 3d6?
It's 2d6 at
2d6.
At third level. So so while 3d6 the bardic inspiration I just typed that. didn't do that very well. Is this gonna work? 4? 4?
That's gonna be wrong. Hang on, it should be, hang on. How many d8s are you rolling?
Just the one.
Okay, so 1d8.
I mean, it's
So
legally
5.
possible. Okay, thank you.
No, I've confused myself. I've been awake a very long time.
3d6.
12. There we go.
Yeah, and 3d6.
You hit for
okay.
17 as one of this. As you do this, you crash into this, and a splinter of wood comes out the side of the carriage and just plunges through this vampire. You hear it screech as it starts to dissolve away around this carriage. We are back up at Dart's turn.
Hi there. How's it going? So I would like to use a spell. I feel like I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter on one or both, if that's how it works, because maybe they could laugh.
There's only
off.
one left. There's only one left.
I would like to make them laugh off the cart if I can.
Okay.
So there you go.
What is your wisdom state? What is your wisdom aid to beat that?
My wisdom is a 15. Oh, okay, but wait.
You tell it an awful joke and it's not happy about it.
If
anything, you've enraged it.
I do have this. I don't know if this works. I'm gonna send it to you. This is part of the arcane deflection. I don't know. That probably doesn't work because I'm doing the attack. So never mind. Okay, it was great. I just whatever. Like.
So glad we brought along the apprentice.
Alright, he's doing much to help out.
Knock, knock. Who is there? My dog has no nose. Great. Good. All time.
Okay. Oh my god. You did, it sort of looks at you, Dart, as you you try to make it laugh, and it just starts crawling closer and closer to you. Scrat, it is your turn.
Do I have any bonus actions as a wizard type person?
I don't think so. No, not at this level.
Like that. Okay, cool. So I can't like smash it with my quarterstaff.
You have a quarterstaff with you.
You've been carrying it this whole time?
You've literally got a big pointed stick and you've not attacked a single fucking vampire with it.
It is my mage stick that I like to walk with.
I'm not going to put it in a vampire. That's disgusting. I don't know where it's been.
You know, I like to play into my character. He also is intelligent as heck. His intelligence is an 18.
Is he though?
But smart.
Right, so what is the wisdom of this man?
15?
No.
You have
And the charisma is at 18. I don't know why I'm playing this character like this.
You're kind of like...
But since my personality is I'm horribly awkward in social situations.
Is it just one vampire too much? Okay, you can stand on here and wave the stick around. Scott, it's your turn.
I
You see your apprentice waving a stick at a vampire that is currently encroaching.
I'm going to walk up to said vampire and I'm going to belch cold damage all over it as I use my breath weapon. 8 plus my constitution modifier plus my... Oh, bloody hell. Hang on, I need to do some maths. It needs to make a DC save of 11, damn it.
Okay.
Alright, but it still takes half, no?
It does take half, you're right.
It does take half.
Rather you look stressed.
Duke is so done. He's like, look, I'm killing the vampires and trying to get us away from this.
I make them in
There's this disaster around me.
See, I don't know if it's actually Duke who's stressed right now or if it's actually Grant.
No, sorry. I'm honestly, Grant was thinking about how he has to leave the hotel room in 25 minutes and he's charged for an extra day. But no, also, I'm shackled to these incompetents and my darling brother. The dragonborn vomiting ice cubes, someone telling jokes to a stick, and the mysteriously hovering brother. It's been a long day. And I think I might be turning immortal. I'm not entirely sure. I've been sucking on this dragon's eye for a while.
Okay, it is now the vampire's turn, and it reaches out and slashes at... No, it doesn't. It does not hit on a 4. It sort of sees the stick, panics a little bit, and like...
My one weakness.
He's still reeling from my joke, too.
And it is now Bolshoi's turn. This vampire is looking pretty worse for wear.
Luckily, I do not really have anything that I can do at this range, so I am just going to throw my dagger at him because that's all I have left. So I throw a dagger. Probably a hit.
Yes, that's a hit.
Alright, 5 piercing.
Okay, the best thing about this is that it has 5 health left. How would you like to kill it with this?
Right,
With just a tiny little dagger as you glide past.
So I feel like
disc.
it sort of glides past and I aim very, very carefully so that I hit at the very top of this staff that's being waggled at it. And it goes right in with the dagger. So the actual staff pierces with the dagger and kills him. And I say, see, this is how we kill the... Brother, pull me up on the seat with you.
Very well. Hop up. Oh, you're very big.
Oh, yes. Oh. I ate all of my broccoli, you see. That is how I get so green.
Yes, you ate all of my broccoli too. I remember growing up with our many fathers. The sort of weird commune mother ran in the garden center.
Well, you know, the garden center was full of broccoli. It had to be pruned, you know. And
Weird garden center. It's what the B and Q stands for.
Cafe in the center. And
we should go back to the dwarf.
You trundle along as you escape, leaving these vampires behind. As dawn starts to come up, and they fall back, and you head towards this house, this dark house as the sunlight hits it. The little dwarven lady Edith, you can see sort of leaning around the door, looking as you come tearing up. You've got like this gooey vampire dead still wedged on one part of the thing that you've just, as you skewered it effectively with part
Not
of
all the wheels are still on.
All the no, they're sort of, you sort of arrive at a drag, like it's sort of drag pulls out. She's like, well, you brought it back at least, as she sort of looks it up and down.
I have bad news about the dress.
And he's like, oh, it's
And very sorry
fine.
goblins go, oh, okay, cool. Well, here is the stone. Let's do this inside.
He said, well, I have poured some more of that delightful wine if you would like.
They're wonderful.
Yes, okay, come on in. You knew you'd be good at this. I sort of
Sorry.
like claps her
My-
hands together.
My internal organs are very bruised. I sustained no damage from the vampires you didn't warn us about, but everyone in my party landed on me.
Oh, well, There. She sort of pats your arm and sort of like, get that
Thank you.
down you, and gives you like a glass of wine.
Delicious.
And she sort of pulls up, she brings you into a room and you see this huge long table with this wine and this food. It's just presented everywhere. And as she sits down, it's like, there is your money, each of you, thank you. She sort of takes the stone and looks at it. Like, he gets out one of those little eyeglasses, starts looking at it from across the table. Well, I can thank you very, very much. You get your full, and I will go and return this to the master.
So, is your master also a vampire?
Excuse me?
We don't need to ask too many probing questions. The lady gave us the money. I mean, he is though, right? He's totally dead.
No.
Don't lie.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I do not lie. And she just goes, slaps you on the nose.
I mean,
She jumps.
They're an elf. So
Yeah,
she goes
jumps.
and gets a step ladder.
She pulls her tail over and walks up.
Let me get my slapping stool.
So just precautionary, beautiful lady. I don't want you to fall into ill fates. That may turn you into a vampire, so maybe don't have the dress up montage with it, you know.
Oh no, you misunderstand. This doesn't make you a vampire. Those things are just everywhere anyway. They've always been over there in the mansion. This
Totally
is,
could have mentioned that to us before we set off.
I could have done, couldn't I? But would you have gone if I said so?
Maybe.
Probably.
Right.
Well, then what are you worried about?
Well, you know.
Look at you all. You're all in one place.
We could.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. Please
Very much.
enjoy the stone. I hope your master likes it very much. I'm going to see if I can spend the 600 on some medicine for my ribs.
Thank you very much, anonymous donator. I rolled it out. I get a beam.
And she looks to all of you like, well, you take your full and you have a good day. I'm going to go and return this to him now. Feel free to show yourselves out. And you hear a shuffle
The bow tie.
upstairs. Oh, you keep it. It suits you, darling.
Personally,
Very
I think
handsome.
the less questions we ask about this, the better.
I feel it might make for unsatisfying narrative, but I really want to go to pub.
Right. I also.
Yes. Good breakfast.
Well, maybe I will see you there. And she's like, I do like a good ale. And she sort
Okay.
of
No,
shuffles
it's cool.
up
We're
these
going.
stairs.
We're going. It's fine.
And she shuffles up the stairs and she closes the door. And as you go to leave and step out into the street, from at the back of the house, you hear a howl.
Oh, it was a dog.
Oh, there's a dog. And that is where
Dog
we'll
the whole
leave this
time.
one shot. That's where we'll leave this one shot for now. Before anyone
No wonder
else
he couldn't
sees.
come down and talk. He was a dog.
Right. I wouldn't leave my dog either.
A little cocker spaniel.
A little lamb.
Is it a dire cocker spaniel?
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Let's go around real quick and do a quick wrap up. Grant, hi.
Hi. Oh, my Twitter and stuff. Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Grant. I'm Grant Howard. You can follow me on Twitter at GSHOWITT. I release one free role-playing game every month.
Fantastic stuff. Holly.
You can find me at Sagephilia on the Twitter place and here when I come and play.
Thank you very much. Ken.
Hi, Kent. You can follow me on Twitter, Kent Weebs. Follow me on Twitch, Kent Weebs. I'll be here on a campaign, and I'll actually have a well thought out character. All right, thank you. That was a fun time. Bye.
And Alex.
Oh, hi. I'm WhiteRabbitPic. I think I've been here long enough now for you to know who I am. I had
Wonderful.
fun. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you for having me. That's lovely.
Oh,
I've been
thank you
awake
for
a
coming.
long time.
I'm putting about 20 minutes on the clock. We're gonna fade out. I think it's Christian's story. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for all the money you've helped us raise. We're now up to $2,190 for the kids. So thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the story and keep on evoking emotions. See you later.
Bye.
She was the flyer. She's the one that they would, get and throw into the air.
She was this cute, petite, tiny little girl with just a head full of long blonde hair.
She had just gotten weak. I said, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "You're a tumbler. You can tumble and do backflips." It progressed from that to she fainted a couple times. So I took her into the doctor the next day, and they immediately sent us to Texas Children's Hospital.
Victoria was diagnosed at the age of 11 and a half with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
First time I met Victoria, we were doing a radiothon at a radio station in Houston, Texas. She was very full of energy and was already considered a long-term survivor of leukemia.
At the end of 2.5 years, when Victoria's treatment was over, they performed another spinal tap and a bone marrow test. She relapsed again. During this time, Victoria contracted a fungal infection, which is from a very low immune system.
I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, "I'd really just like to get out of this hospital and go see Christmas lights. Christmas lights are something my family and I go see together all the time, and I can't even leave to go see Christmas lights." And after about 10 minutes, we rolled back upstairs to her room, and we had our picture made in front of a little Christmas tree. And I said goodbye. In that picture is one of my most prized possessions, because it was taken just moments before I saw my friend for the last time.
Victoria passed away on January 21st, 2008, after a 4-year battle with leukemia, failed bone marrow transplants, and fungal infections.
Sitting at her funeral, I made up my mind that I needed to be doing this not just a couple days a year with a radiothon, that I needed to be doing this with my life.
Doc wanted to do something special in memory of Victoria.
It just occurred to me that gamers should be able to do the things they love to help sick and injured kids as well. And so Extra Life was born. 1,200 gamers showed up on October 15th in 2008. Each and every year afterwards, it continued to grow. Gamers responded by being able to game for their local hospitals. Gamers aren't that pale kid in mom and dad's basement. They're mom and dads, they're aunts and uncles.
A young child to an older adult, anyone could be involved in Extra Life.
The funds that Extra Lifers raise can go to a variety of purposes in the local area at the local hospital. It might buy an isolette for a baby that is born the size of a cell phone and has to fight for its life.
I can guarantee you that with that money, it goes directly back to these children to keep this from happening again to someone else's child.
Getting involved with Extra Life is really simple. You just have to go to the website at extra-life.org, put in a few details in there, join a team if you'd like to, or create one. After that, it's as simple as fundraising with your friends and family. Let them know why you are doing this. They should know that the money you raise is going to stay local in your community.